What's up, YouTube? Today is another update video on my room collection. My last video I mentioned that I had the Arkham Knight. I showed him that I still had him on the shipper box. So I unboxed it and I put it right here where the Grim Knight used to be. I can show you here. It's really nice statue. Level of detail, as always with Prime 1, is always awesome. Just really good. I had him with just set up with just those two guns. I really like that pose more. Reminded me of the promo pictures that they had when they first started announcing this character. And even though I do like the design, which is why I got the statue, I do not like who he is in the game. And so, spoiler alert, if you haven't played the game, you know, the fact that they made him be Jason Todd, it was a very big disappointment to me. You know, I purchased the game, played it immediately when it came out because I wanted to know more about this character. And Rocksteady did say it was a brand new character, and yet it wasn't. It was just Jason Todd, an already established character, and they added an extra layer to his origin of what he supposedly were before he became Red Hood. So that was pretty disappointing to me. But anyway, the statue itself I do love. This is the version that I can do the swipe outs. I have the Red Hood portrait, and I can just remove these two chest plates to be red, and then he would just look like Red Hood, even though he'll still keep these blue parts on his biceps. But this will be the version that I will always have. I don't see myself changing him anytime soon. The base is pretty cool, but you know, I've grown to not really like big bases because it makes the statues be taller than they need to be, and it's an issue with space, at least for me. This one's fine, you know, it doesn't really make him be that tall, even though the base itself is very large. But for example, I moved the Grim Knight down here, and again, because the base made him be so tall, I had to put this shelf here from being on top of the frame all the way down to the floor, so I could have, I believe it's like 2 or 2.5 inches more, so he wouldn't hit the top of the shelf. And it was very annoying because if it wasn't for the base and I would just put the statue there, he would fit perfectly. But because of the tall base, even though it looks awesome, I'm not gonna complain on that. It looks really cool. All these bases, they look really nice with a lot of level of detail. But if I had to choose between a detailed base that made the statue be tall, or a small base that will help me with space, I would definitely always pick a smaller base, because at the end of the day, I just want to appreciate the statue, not the base. But you know, it is what it is, and the base do tell a story as well, so there's that. Maybe on some statues, pick like I said, if there was a choice, depending on the statue, pick the one that tells a better story, like this one here with the Batcave. And if it's something like Arkham Knight, then just get a simpler one that doesn't make him be that tall. But that's just me. But again, on the detail of this, I do love it. I mean, something that's really impressive with Prime 1 is the way they do the details on the clothing. You would think like this is like leather or something, but it is not. This is all sculpted, which is very impressive. Same with this one. I mean, you can see here, this is all sculpted, so it's really awesome. Now for my second statue that I also got recently, I have it right here. This is the Sideshow exclusive Batman 89 premium format. This is a 1/4 scale, so it is smaller than the other ones that are 1/3, but I do love it. I mean, Michael Keaton Batman is one of my favorites. There's no other statue of him besides the one that's coming out actually maybe this year from Prime 1, which is 1/3, and I would love to have it, but we'll see. I'm currently on the wait list, so hopefully I'll get converted. But I do like him, this one, you know, with the stairs. I really wanted him to put him right next to the Batwing. That way it would look like as if it's like coming down to get inside the Batwing, even though it is not the same scale. The Batwing is 1/6, he is 1/4, but it's, you know, the idea of it, you know, that I think it's cool. Now I did had some issues with this statue. I purchased it from a seller on eBay, which told me was in mint condition and only taken out of the box once and then put back. But as you can see here, the cape is horribly cracking. Also on the inside, you have the base. It looks like he never dusted it or anything. So I did contacted him to see if we can work something out, because this was not what he told me, you know, the conditions of the statue that it was. So I tried to talk to him. He wasn't responded. I had to open a case with eBay. He still didn't respond. You know, I was like saying, you know, if I can't get a partial refund, maybe then just, you know, I'll ship it back and get a full refund. But he never responded. eBay ended up giving me the full refund, and I ended up getting the statue for free, which was not my intention, honestly. It's cool that I have it now for free, but it wasn't really my intention. So now that I'll keep it, I'm gonna start working on it. I did order a custom cape for him, and then should be arriving this week actually. And then I'll work more on the base here to clean it up. I just didn't want to really work on him while I was dealing with the case on eBay, because I didn't know what was going to happen, if I was gonna, you know, ship it back or get a partial refund, which was really what I wanted at first, because I didn't want to have to invest money in fixing him after already paying money for something that was sold as mint condition. But yeah, that happened. But overall, he does look really cool. You know, like I said, Michael Keaton is one of my favorite Batmans. That's what the Batman I grew up with. This is again the Arkham Knight. And I still have these two Batmobiles. Well, this is the year that the 95 Batmobile is coming out. Same with the 89. 95 Batmobile, I believe, starts shipping on February of this year. But I am on the batch that gets shipped on March, unless I get bumped up to February. But we'll see. I do have some other stuff that will be arriving this week. Some new additions to the collection room. So those are definitely gonna be something that I'll be recording and uploading. So stay tuned. And just tell me what you think about these new additions that I had on my collection room. What are your opinions on these two statues? And what do you think about the case that I had to open on eBay about this 89 Batman? So don't forget to like this video if you like it. That way it'll help the algorithm, and, you know, I'll be able to and don't forget to subscribe, because there will be more videos coming. You know, any like and comments will always help with the algorithm and the exposure. It's always helpful, and I will always appreciate it. So take care and see you in the next one.